Okay, so today we're talking about rent getting completely out of control, huge rent increases, bad landlords, ridiculous fees, just a ton of different examples. As the channel grows, I'm going to be reading comments from you guys. So if you want to be featured in a video, leave your comment down below. All right, let's get into the first clip.
Our lease is up at the end of this month, and we just found out that our rent is going up by $250 per month. Let's talk about it.
I am upset, okay? So I got home, got my mail, got my rent increase notice, going up to $2,500. A single dad with 3 kids, $2,500. What are you going to do with this money? You've done nothing in 10 years.
Yeah, that is an insane amount of rent for a house. And what makes it worse is he's been there for 10 years, and the landlord hasn't improved anything, fixed anything, but the rent just keeps going up every year. That's the scam with renting sometimes. You pay more and more, but the place doesn't get any better.
My New York City apartment is $1,700 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom with a washer and dryer in the unit, and I am going to show you it. Upon immediately walking in, you have the 1 bathroom here with just a regular shower, but it is quite spacious for a 1 bathroom. And then here is a walk-in closet. It's so messy. I need to organize it, but this is it. And you walk in to my living room. Small, but it's fine.
I know it's New York City, but $1,700 for that small space is still crazy. And she's framing it like it's a flex because it's one of the cheapest, which honestly just tells you how broken the market is. You're paying for the location, not the square footage. Personally, I couldn't do it. All right, let's take a look at some of the comments. No way this is New York City. What a steal. I cannot wait to get in there. Already have ideas. Don't ever move. Now let's take a look at a clip from a renter in Seattle, Washington.
I just paid my rent for the month of October, so here's a full price breakdown of how much it costs to live in my 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment in Seattle, Washington. My base rent for this apartment is $29.75, and then we have all of my additional charges and fees. Then combine our base rent and all of those additional charges, and in total, my rent for the month of October was $3,271.51. Love that.
I seriously don't know how people can afford rent like that. Like, yeah, it's Seattle, but if you're paying almost $3,000 just to have a place to sleep, that's an entire paycheck for a lot of people. And the scary part is when emergency hits, car repair, medical bill, anything, and suddenly you're behind. That's how people get trapped.
Monthly nationwide rent is $2,000. That is up $300 in the past 4 years. $300 in the past 4 years.
It was 17, is what you're saying.
It was 16 to 1,700.
Okay.
Now it's 2,000. The average raise in rent is 3%, but as you guys can see, that the average does not always need to apply, right? Because your rent has probably raised more than 3% in the past year if you live in Vegas, right? 90% of U.S. renters report paying monthly utilities separate from their rent. So not only is the cost of your rent rising, so is the cost of your utilities.
I just found out that in order to qualify for CalFresh food assistance in the state of California, you have to bring home for a family of 2 less than $1,758 a month. The average cost of a 1-bedroom or studio apartment here in California is $1,400 to $1,800 for a tiny apartment. So if I bring home $1,800 a month, I can pay my rent and part of my car payment, and that's it, but I still wouldn't qualify for assistance with food.
Isn't California great? You only qualify for food assistance if you're making under $1,800 a month, but then the cheap rent she can find is like $1,400 to $1,800. So you're stuck in that gap where you make too much for help, but not enough to actually live. That's what's crushing people. All right, let's go to the next clip.
Yo, so this is some next level bullshit. The landlord put a lock on the outdoor faucet. You can't make this one up, folks. You turn the faucet, and it sprays up like that. Our old landlord let us use the hose to wash down the cars, but the new one said no hoses, so we started using buckets. And then we came out today to wash the car, and there's a lock and key on the thing. Can't make that one up. The big man always wins.
With all the rent people are paying, this is so unnecessary. The landlord's acting like he's about to start a whole car wash in the yard. He's literally just trying to rinse his car and be done. And it's not even stopping him. He just fills a bucket in the bathtub and keeps it moving. That's how petty this stuff gets. Also, small world. I actually went to college with that guy. He's a good dude. All right, here's a few more clips that show what we're talking about.
Yeah, so our landlord here got upset because her AC and her heat always broken down in this bitch. And she got tired of us calling to have the AC and the heat fixed. So guess what we did? We got the fuck up out this bitch because she got tired of us calling. So she decides to raise the rent up $400.
Put a finger down if you woke up this morning and the home that you're currently renting was listed on Zillow for sale.
So I got a pink notice on my door, a pink notice. The maintenance man came and slid it through my door, thought it was something important, super important. But I gotta show you what this paper says. So I'm about to flip this camera around and show you. Look at this. Look at this. What? Balance due. There's a past due balance on your account. Past due balance will disqualify you from renewal. Water is due with rent. Please pay immediately. Ready for this? $1.17. Instead of it rolling over to the next month, I must pay this immediately.
Okay, my landlord wouldn't give me back my $2,700 deposit, and I left the house clean and just with minor wear and tear since we were there for 14 months. He offered to only give us back $1,450 out of $2,700 because he sent us 2 pictures of one being scratches on the floor, and then there is I did drop a gel polish, like a ret nail polish, on the ground. It did break, and I tried to clean it off as soon as possible, but it was only 1 square feet.
Okay, that is completely ridiculous. The landlord is trying to take over $1,000 from her security deposit just for cosmetic stuff, like a little mark and scratch. And this is exactly why people hate deposits. Suddenly, normal wear and tear turns into $1,000 repair. She's doing the right thing by pushing back. All right, let's look at some of the comments. Look at the laws local to you. In my city, they are required to send you an itemized list with why they have kept your deposit within 14 days of vacancy. If they do not, they are required to send it back in full. As a landlord, get an itemized list of repairs. If they can't do that, take them to court. The judge will make us pay more than the deposit. Life's not fair. If you don't want to deal with these issues, then buy your own place. It's not right, but you'll both lose money in court.
All right, I told y'all, let's go. Be on a journey. Buckle up, buttercups. Day 2 or 3, whatever we're on. So Monday the 17th, I've got my rent renewal letter, email, whatever. And my lease is up in January, so a little over 2 months. And so if you saw the video the other day, go watch it. My rent will increase $500.
Okay, $500 in 1 year is insane. And I always wonder with increases like that, are they actually trying to price you out without saying it? Because if you somehow manage to pay it, you're basically telling them, yeah, go ahead, I can take it. And then why would they stop next year? That's the trap.
I wanted to show a little bit of math as a native Seattleite as to how things have changed in my lifetime financially living in this city. When I was 19, it was 2009. I moved out of my parents' home to 104th and Aurora. Not a good area. I paid $675 for a 2-bedroom. I split that with a roommate. So my rent was under $350 a month. Now, I Zillowed that same apartment and it went up for rent in 2025 for $1,850 a month.
That's the power of time, inflation in the housing market. She paid like $600 20 years ago. Check Zillow now and it's basically $2,000. So the rent didn't just go up, it tripled. And wages didn't triple for most people. That's why everyone feels squeezed.
Yeah, I do.
How much do you pay in rent?
I pay $1,540.
Can I get a tour?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Okay, come on in. This is my kitchen area. This is like one of my favorite parts of my apartment. I have my little candle warmer. I have lots of soft light in my kitchen, and I just like how spacious it is. I love that I have a giant island. I've decorated it for fall, and yeah, this area I spend a lot of time in, so I love it.
What's crazy is this is actually a good deal for Nashville right now. She's paying around $1,540 for a 1-bedroom. And in a lot of cities, that's basically the going rate, or worse. It just shows you how much the baseline is shifted. If you find something like that in a hot market, that is a rare win. Okay, let's check this out now.
So a random man just used a key to enter the apartment while I'm sitting here working. The door is literally right there. I'm working right here. I look at him. He goes, "Oh, sorry." Walks out. I start freaking the hell out because who is that man? Why does he have a key to my apartment? I call the office and I freak my fiance out and everybody. I'm freaking out. They're like, oh yeah, that was a maintenance guy. He was coming to fix your washer. I said, my washer's fine. Then they said, oh, sorry. He thought no one lived there. Why would he think no one lived there? We've lived here since July. And then looking at our lease, they are supposed to provide 24 hours notice, and we're in Indiana, and legally it says that as well. So if anyone here is a lawyer, I am accepting advice.
Wow, that is such a nightmare to be dealing with. I'd be freaked out if this happened to me. At any time, a maintenance guy can just enter your home without permission, but if you change the locks to your apartment, you're the bad guy now. And the property management company said they thought no one even lived there, so they're probably not taking good records of their tenants or not taking their job seriously. If this happens at your apartment, this is a huge red flag. All right, that's everything I got for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. YouTube wants you to watch this video that's popping up on your screen right now. If you liked the video, it would mean a lot to me if you could hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if nothing else, I will see you in the next one.